Yo guys, Thirsty Gogeta back at it again, and I'm pretty sure you're wondering what the hell. We're just hearing his voice, and this is just gonna be like some background throughout the entire video. So I'm starting a little series called Insane Ramblings, and this is obviously episode 1. So today I'm just gonna ramble on about what kind of Transformer films I would like to see, or possible ideas for anything in the future. So, let's start it off with Optimus Prime solo film. I'm pretty sure everyone has been wanting to see one. An Optimus Prime solo film that kind of shows his backstory, how he became Optimus Prime, because the voice actor himself, Peter Cullen, wanted to be like in an Optimus Prime solo film before he passes on.
There's a speed trap ahead.
And as you can see, I am in my car. That's probably why I'm a little loud, because this is my first time really doing something like this and posting it on my YouTube channel. And I know recently that I haven't been posting much, but with work and all, I've been really tired. So I figured, why don't I just do little, like, inside the car insane ramblings while I'm like on my way to work or something, because I can look at the road and just speak, and this recorder will get it all. I don't need to pay attention to the recorder or anything like that. So it's all fucking da. Anyways, back to my insane ramblings about Optimus Prime solo film. I would love to see it because not many people know the backstory of Orion Pax or anything like that, because that's what Optimus Prime was before it all started. He was in G1, he was a dock worker, and some IDW stories he was a police officer. In Transformers the Aligned Continuity, he was a file clerk. In Cyberverse, he was a file clerk. And with the Transformers Rise of the Beast coming out, in that specific cinematic universe, they could touch upon how Optimus became a Prime. And I think a lot of Transformer fans would love that, because I myself would love that a lot. I would love that a lot. Another solo film that I would love to see is a Megatron solo film. Oh my god, I want to see that so bad, because Megatron is my favorite Transformer. Seeing him start from his, I guess, he was a miner, and he wanted to, he wanted a just society throughout Cybertron. And he started in the gladiatorial arena and, well, obviously became a gladiator. And then he went into the political side of things. I would like to see that brought into a movie, and Frank Welker better play him, because I want to see it. I want to see it so bad. I love Megatron to hell and back. I love Megatron. And seeing his backstory and Optimus's backstory, and then how they kind of butted heads with both of their political view of how peace should be brought upon on Cybertron, then started the war. And then a Cybertronian war film would be awesome. That would be great. Or they could do a kind of a duo film. Like, it shows the backstory of Optimus and Megatron all in one film, and how the falling out happened, because they used to be friends. Then, once they started getting to the political side of things, of course, they had a falling out. And then the war started. That would be a great film to see, like how Optimus became a Prime, and how the miner Megatron became the horrendous warmonger that we know. And then Another film I would like to see from the Transformers, I would like to see them fight Unicron. We almost got that in Bayformers, but since after Transformers 2, Michael Bay's Transformers had like an extreme falling out. Like they were having drama between actors, and the writing and the characters, they were just ass. The only one that had real potential out of the rest that wasn't Transformers 1 was Transformers 3. That one had the potential to be the greatest one out of all of them. But nope, that didn't happen. But anyways, in Transformers 5, we almost had like Unicron come into the picture of the Bayformers. But since Transformers 5 underperformed, which I kind of saw coming, it was, we didn't get to see Unicron or anything. We only saw the horns sticking out of the planet. Now, I would love to see Unicron in this little new cinematic universe that they're making right now with the Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beasts. And they said they want to make 3 more films. So, hey, if they bring Unicron into picture, that'd be great. And then one film to be like a little prequel to the Bumblebee film, that being the Cybertron idea that I spoke of, that would be awesome. But this is the producers and filmmakers decision on what they want to do, so that's completely up to them. But I'm just saying, those are very good ideas. Also, something I would love to see the movies have, which the character itself is kind of coming back to the limelight with a new figure just being in Transformers Cyberverse, is Tarn from the DJD, or Decepticon Justice Division. Seeing him in the rest of the DJD in the films would be that would be great. Like seeing Megatron become an Autobot and denouncing Decepticonism, and just the DJD kind of lose faith in Megatron and kind of go on a killing spree, trying to get his attention, try to get him back to his old ways. But having the DJD in the films, I mean, the Bayformers didn't shy away from Cybertronian brutality, so I don't think it would be a first for Transformers being utterly mutilated. It's just, in the Michael Bay ones, they just got utterly mutilated just to be utterly mutilated. This time around, the DJD, they would have a purpose on doing what they're doing. And they're not just going around killing Autobots, no, they're going around killing rogue Decepticons that kind of either denounce Decepticonism or do something that they know that their great Lord and Master Megatron wouldn't like the Decepticons to do. So they'd go around killing Decepticons. So you got Decepticons not really enforcing, but killing other Decepticons for fooling around. That's basically what they were doing. And having them in the films wouldn't exactly be bad, because they already have a PG-13 rating for the movies. So having the DJD in them wouldn't be a bad thing, because it's not like they go around dropping F-bombs or anything like that. Of all things, the Transformers have their own kind of curses and slurs that aren't exactly racist to or offend anybody in real life. So yeah, seeing an Optimus or Megatron sort of spin-off movies Unicron coming into picture in the DJD. I would love to see those guys. And what else I would like to see is the Dinobots like done right. Like, I would like to see them kind of have like a little origin story, like either being made by Shockwave, because I think for dramatic effect that would be like, it would be more story, like there would be more, more story written, and I'd like that. Like, it would have more story into it that would give us more plot and characterization with the Dinobots and everything, to get to feel their pain. They just started out as like warrior Autobots, just minding their own business. Then they get captured by Shockwave, and then they get turned into monsters. Hence the Dinobots. That would be a great idea. I'd love to see that. They just Hasbro and Paramount just renewed their contract to make more Transformer and G.I. Joe, but they don't really have faith in their G.I. Joe movies that I'm seeing, because Snake Eyes didn't do that good, and they're really putting faith into their Transformer films and Transformer media, because G.I. Joe isn't as big as it used to be. I know Transformers is kind of having a little dumbed down moment right now, but at least it won't die as a franchise, because as a franchise, I don't see Transformers dying anytime soon. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go long after I pass away. I think my grandchildren's grandchildren are probably gonna be already knowing about Transformers, because it's just one of those franchises that just will not go, like Marvel or DC. Those are two franchises that I do not see going away anytime soon. They're probably going to be here until the world's end. So there's plentiful ideas that can be used for these movies, because they have more faithful people working for the films now. I mean, yes, Michael Bay is still a producer, but he's not in full control of the entire film anymore, because he was a producer in the Bumblebee film, but as you can see how he didn't exactly like the G1 designs, and obviously how he said back in 2007 to see I would like to make the old 80s designs into like CGI renders just to show how lame it is. It obviously shows that he doesn't really like the G1 designs. He does not care about being faithful, and he just shat all over it, really. And he just directed it. The writers didn't do any good either. But with Travis Knight and the new director, I keep on forgetting his name, but it seems like they're more faithful to the content to the film that they're making of. Like, they're making a Transformers film, and they're going to be faithful to Transformers, and that is great. I love that. The fans love that. So as I said, Michael Bay doesn't have full control of the thing, and he can't really put a lot of his influence on how he made his films. And so we're getting more faithful people working on these Transformer live action projects. So we might be able to, we have a higher possibility for better Transformer movies. And with better Transformer movies means like more money, and Transformers gets back to like the epic limelight like it was back in like 2014 back to 2007. Then that would be awesome. Transformers back to the movie limelight again would be brilliant. But Paramount can't do what Disney does and just pop their movies one after another, because Disney, with owning Marvel, they make movies and like series every 5 fucking seconds. Paramount can't do that with Transformers because they don't have a large ass team or company to like the big enough of a company to do that. Like, yeah, they have billions, but frickin' Disney like owning the fucking world at this point. So they can't just pop film after film after film after series after film after series after series after series. They really can't do that. I wish they could. That would be nice. But they're not Disney. They can't pull that off. And with Warner Bros. Doing sort of the same thing with DC, not nearly as how much as Disney with Marvel, but Warner Bros. With DC, they make a couple of series at like every now and then like pop a movie almost like once or like a couple times every like other year. And not only just like live action, but they do like cartoons every now and then, as in films for cartoons, because they've been doing a lot of cartoon films for DC. So like Paramount can't really do that with Transformers, because I'm pretty sure they'd be able to do it back in like 2011 when Transformers was like hitting its major stride with the shittiness that was Michael Bay, but it was still getting a crap ton of money. Then yeah, they would have probably pulled it off. But at the time, doing something like how Disney is doing with Marvel, that wasn't the big plan with everybody. Now that what Disney's doing with Marvel, everybody wants to fucking do it. I mean, look at Warner Bros. With DC. They kind of want to do that shit because they know that they get a crap ton of money out of doing it. And so I believe that Paramount should try to do these great ideas, appeal to the fans, both old and new, and try to get a lot of audience to give them enough money to live Transformers as a franchise, like in live action wise and movie and series wise, back into the limelight, so they can start making, just overall start being big again. Because yeah, Transformers is big, but not as it used to be, really. Because people were just like, ooh, flaming truck robot beating the shit out of a silver scrap heap looking robot. That's so cool. And that's the eyes of a casual fan. They view Optimus as like some merciless fucking killer, and they think it's cool as shit. But now with all that really gone, now we're seeing the Bumblebee film, we're seeing Transformers Earthspark, we're seeing all these other like new Transformers content that is showing Optimus and other characters a different way. And so people will probably start getting used to them, used to the Transformers being viewed a different way, and we may have a higher audience count, which is good. I would really love to see just Transformers coming back up from the dead again. Fucking Undertaker opened this shit on a Monday Night Raw. But anyways, I would love to see that. Because I remember as a kid that Transformers was so fucking big. I was there to see Transformers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all growing up. And from 2007, everybody was going wild. Everybody wanted to go see it. My dad took me to go see it, and as a little kid, I was just like, whoa, this is the shit. Because as a little kid, I didn't think of plot, story, and all that. I just how many casual moviegoers view most films. They don't go for the story, they just go to be entertained. Me and people like me, we like to see our Transformers being treated other than just props to killing each other. We want to see more development, like what they do with Transformers Prime. We want to see more of that. You son of a bitch. I just wiped my frickin' windshield. Anyways, that's what we'd want to see. And the new cinematic universe for Transformers has the potential to show that. Because they're bringing in Beast Wars. And Beast Wars was a very story based Transformer show. They didn't do it just as a commercial for toys or anything like that. They wanted to have story and they wanted to have character. And they were great and unique for it. And that's the same thing with Transformers Prime and Transformers Animated. They weren't just doing it for the toys. They were doing it to be unique. And that's what I love about those 3 series. They were unique. Now, yes, Transformers Armada and Transformers Cybertron and Robots in Disguise, the old one, and G1, yeah, they have their charm. They all have their charm. They are all good in their own manner, in their own way. But they were glorified toy commercials. They were toy commercials. Now, yes, they have plot and development in them and good characters, like Starscream from Transformers Armada. Oh my god. He was dealt with beautifully. And the dark dilemma between Optimus and Megatron and Transformers Armada, that was dealt with beautifully. And I think Transformers Armada, out of the whole Unicron trilogy, was had more story in it. But Transformers Cybertron wasn't all that bad either. But out of the entire trilogy, I'd say Armada was probably the best when it comes down to story. But when it comes down to dubbing mishaps and everything like that, and animation mishaps, they were the worst. But anyways, I will talk about that in a later video. Like I was saying, there's great potential to be grabbed, the real essence to be grabbed a hold of in this new cinematic universe for Transformers. And they really should use some of the fans, or not just the fans, like all these comic books, all these other series, they can look at these things and say, hey, that's pretty cool. How about we kind of touch up upon on that? Like, make our own thing out of it. Like Unicron, it doesn't have to be a carbon copy of G1 Unicron or a carbon copy of Prime Unicron. It could be something different. Or with how they touch upon Megatron or Optimus's origins. They don't have to be the 100% the same thing. They can be their own little thing. Like how they touched up on Bumblebee's origins. they kind of changed it up. And that was great. Now, did they have to do the slice, like that too much of slice of life?
In half a mile, slight right.
Not really. But, I mean, it isn't the best, like, too bad, though. I mean, Bumblebee movie was still a great movie. Anyways,
Slight right.
I'm taking the slight right, woman.
Continue for 5 miles.
But anyways, there's so much potential there, and I really want to see this newer Transformer universe thrive. I want to see it thrive, because as a kid, I felt like I was out of this world whenever I was like on the hype train of Transformers. Even though, like, I had more love for Transformers Animated and Transformers Prime. But even with the movies being as shit as they were, I didn't really see that as a kid, like I said before. That would be just great to have that stride in Transformers again. That was just... It felt great, and I'd love to see that again. And I'd love to see kids nowadays kind of relive that. Like my little brother, I would love for him to have his, like, kind of have his own Transformers to grow up with like that. He started off with the Bumblebee movie, and there's these age-long gaps between the years of how, you know, when the movies are made. And with all this economic shutdowns and all this shit going on nowadays, it doesn't make it any better. So, all these ideas, all this potential, all there, I think that these people should take advantage of it and give the audience something really good that all fans, new and old, can be blown out of their seats. Because Rise of the Beasts, I really, really have faith in this film. And I know a lot of people are losing faith because they've been holding this film from us for a long time. It should have released quite some time ago. Literally this year in June, what was it? May? June? I'm probably getting it mixed up, but still, it should have been released this year, but there was a lot of competition that was probably screwing that up, and also COVID was a thing, so there was that. But since COVID isn't as big as it was a couple of years ago, I think this film should be coming out. But anyways, I have faith in this film, because if they're holding it back a lot, they could fix wrongs. They have chances to fix some things. Because they have until, what, June 30th? Like, June 30th. I think that's when the release date of the film is. So, they have a lot of time on their hands to give this film the power to blow us out of our seats. And the next film, if this film succeeds, then there's obviously going to be a sequel. And I hope there is. Because what they're doing with the Transformer films now...
In half a mile, use the left lane to take the ramp to US 59 North.
You're going to be hearing that a lot in this rambling series. But anyways, all I'm saying is I hope they give us the
Use the left lane to take the ramp to US 59 North.
they give us the film that we've been wanting for years. And with how they're faithfully treating Transformers, they may have, they probably have the ability to do it. And I cannot wait. So anyways, this has been Thirsty Gogeta, Insane Rambling, and I will see you next episode. And I'm probably going to be talking about Insane Ramblings or Transformers Armada or anything like that Transformers related. Or anything Dragon Ball, Godzilla, anything. Just Insane Ramblings. This is Thirsty Gogeta signing off. See you next guy. Going so insane I can't freaking say anything. See you guys next time.